Take two. Let's see how this goes. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. 2 million in the building. $0 million in the building. This guy's over here using a lint roller to take all the lint off his shirt before he goes to work. That's pretty smart. Should probably do that when he's at home, but he's doing it in a parking lot instead. $9 million in the building. Go ahead, drop a like. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Just sitting here waiting for a delivery request. Luckily, it's not that hot today. It's pretty nice, actually. Got a breeze out here. I'm parked under this tree, so it's shady. Can't complain. Except about there not being a lot of deliveries. But it will pick up here pretty soon. It's 2:30 p.m. here in California. We'll start getting orders for early dinner and dinner pretty soon. Big Russ, what's the fee to drive to Florida? Whoo, you don't want to know. You don't want to know, bro. Typically, when I get a request come through, the way I decide if I'm going to take it or not, I generally shoot for the amount of money that I'm getting to be double whatever the mileage is that I have to drive. So let's say I have to drive 3 miles. I expect I should get $6 at least for that. That's typically what I go for. Sometimes I'll do 1.5 times. So let's see, it'd probably be about 5 grand, bro. Because that's about 2,500 miles, depending on, give or take, depending where you are in Florida. So if you got 5 grand, bro, send it. I will drive to Florida right now for 5 grand. He said, "Yikes." Hey, yeah, that's in this area where I'm at. That's I can expect to usually get that. In where my sister's at, she does DoorDash, and she's surprised that I'm able to get that much. But there's just not as much people tipping and big dollar orders out there where she's at. BIY, what's up, bro? How you doing? I'm just sitting here waiting on orders to come through. It's been very slow today. I tried to do a live earlier, just a real short one, because I got a new phone that I'm gonna be using while I'm doing these deliveries, so that I can stream from my main phone and do the delivery app on my other phone. I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm gonna try to coordinate it. It sounds easy, but having two phones doing two separate things, one of which is trying to record a live stream, it's not as easy as it sounds unless you got like some kind of Google glasses or a vest that carries your phone or something, which I'm not trying to do all that. Let's see, Russ says, I'll be eating PB&Js tonight. I would say that's probably the better option, bro. Yeah, because it's going to cost a lot for me to drive out there from here. You got plenty of options right there, though. Maybe if you're in the Central Florida area, maybe my sister's out there. Go for DoorDash. It might be her that pops up. You never know. Let's see. Russ says, no, that sounds perfectly reasonable. I'm just playing. Yeah, man. No, it just depends on what market you're in. If you're in a big major city, you can probably expect, more, I would assume. But right here where I'm at, that's about where I settle in. 1.5 to 2 times the mileage. That's what the dollar amount should be that I expect to get. Russ says, hello, BIY. Flor May, how you doing? I think I was just in your live not too long ago, or I saw you in somebody's live. How are you, sis? Hopefully everything is good for you this morning. She says, good morning, host. Mega love shout out. No, it's afternoon here, sis. It's actually 2:30 in the afternoon here in California. We are 15 hours behind Philippines. So yeah, it's 2:30 in the afternoon here. Hellisher says, if no one has told you yet, you're a wonderful, bright, beautiful individual, and hopefully the rest of your day goes amazing. Wow, thank you for that. That's inspiring. Thank you. I'm just sitting here minding my own business, and you pop in this live and just drop, just goodwill bombs on me. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Hellisher. Hellisher? I think that says. Thank you. And back at you. Same to you. I'm sure you're an amazing person who deserves to be happy all the rest of the days of your life. So go forth and be merry. Thank you. Russ says it is cool to be able to make your own hours. Yeah, man. That's exactly what this is. A buddy of mine was like, oh, I thought you weren't going to want to work after you retired. I said, this isn't work. I do it when I feel like doing it. And you see how hard I'm working. I mean, I'm not getting any money right now, but I'm not doing this for big bucks, guys. Honestly, I said it earlier in the other live, the money that I make, I take 25% of it and I put it aside for taxes and gas. The other 75% goes to my grandson's education account. So that's all I'm working for right now. DIY says, hi, Flora May. Flora May, hello. Thank you. And she says, hi, Believe. Good morning. DIY says, hi, Hellisher 8. Lucas Richmond says, I hope you have an amazing day. I just got in your live and I want to ask you what car you were in. I'm in my car. I'm in my car. I am in a Honda Accord. A Honda Accord Sport at that. Just chilling, just waiting on orders to come in. But thank you for joining the live. I hope you have an amazing day. And hopefully you'll stick around, drop a like, maybe subscribe, check out some of our other videos. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, Lucas. Lucas, where are you from? Big Russ says, well, got to get back to fam. Just thought I would say hello. Be safe out there, Cisco. You're a grandfather. You're a good grandfather. Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. Enjoy your family. Hopefully everything's, going smoothly, and, you're getting closer to a peaceful, enjoyable time with family, and not, some of the stress that comes with it. But thank you, brother, for dropping in, and you stay safe out there too. And hopefully we'll catch you in one of these blizzard lives here again pretty soon. Oh yeah, here BIY says hi, Lucas Richmond. Lucas Richmond says deer, deer. What does that mean? Deer. I'm not in a John Deere. That's what you mean. Although I did see some of those last week, some big ones in Florida where I was at. Big old tractors. But no, I don't know. Deer, I don't know what that means. BIY, how you doing, bro? How's things over there on the East Coast? I hope the weather's good. Nice here. This is typical California weather. This is stereotypical California weather right here. What everybody thinks California weather is. Nice. I think it may be upper 70s right now. Upper 70s, breezy, not a cloud in the sky. This is what everybody thinks it is, but we're here in the Central Valley. It's not always like this. This is only like this maybe 4 weeks out of the year is what it feels like. The rest of the time it's either burning up hot, or it's raining, or foggy. But we take what we're given. 4 million in the building, 4 likes. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, guys. Hopefully get some delivery action here. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to make this work. And what I might do, I don't know, because I'm trying to figure out what my issue is, guys. I'm trying to figure out how I can, using both hands, a phone in either hand, or both phones in one hand, how I can actually do a live that, isn't just, the camera work all crazy. Hey, TK, what's up, brother? Greetings. Greetings, bro. DIY says, hi, Natural Vibes at TK. Natural Vibes says, liked up. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Hopefully everything's well out there. I think it's very early morning there, isn't it? Very early morning. How you doing, brother TK? Lucas says, North Carolina. Wow, I just was talking to somebody else from North Carolina on another live I did. That's cool, North Carolina. All right, well, shout out North Carolina. And hopefully the weather's good there, too. TK says, believe, peace. DIY says, Lucas Richmond, I hear the pulled pork is next level in North Carolina. Really? North Carolina's a big pulled pork state, huh? I didn't know that. Interesting. Is that true? Mam Leonila, mega love shout out. Good morning. How are you, Mang Buntag? I see you. Or is that Irish Mayor Gracie? I don't know. It could be Charisse. I don't know. But whichever one it is, thank you for joining the live. I appreciate you. TK says, Iris mega love shouty. DIY says, hi, Iris me Alfaro. Yeah, I'm just kind of testing this out, guys, with this delivery thing. I've been doing this for a little while now, and I haven't really incorporated it much into like my live stream, my YouTube world. But I figure I'm really needing to start doing like normal, regular lives, not just the silent lives. And since I'm out and about doing this, I thought, what better way to, do a live than to do it while I'm doing these deliveries. I think it's kind of, it's kind of interesting if you've never really watched any of the YouTubers that are like Door Dashers, Grubhub, just regular Uber. If you've never watched any of those people, it's kind of interesting. So hopefully this will be interesting for you guys too, if I ever get an order. TK says weather looks great out there, Cisco. It is. It's really nice, brother. I mean, this is about as good as it gets, to be honest with you. I like it a little bit more overcast and cooler, but I'll take this. For summertime, this is perfect. Boss Butcher, good morning. Mang Buntag, how are you? Thank you for coming alive. I'm just doing a little something different. Just waiting on my deliveries, my food deliveries. TK says, yeah, it's kind of interesting and definitely would watch. Well, thank you, bro. Thank you. I hope so. Yeah, it is. It's interesting because there's a couple people that I've watched before, and they don't necessarily do lives. What they do is they record their deliveries. They kind of record their day, and then they make it in a long form video. I also thought of doing that. I still might do that too. And it's kind of cool because you're actually getting pretty much all action. You're getting them doing the deliveries, but yeah. So I'm just playing around with this. We'll see how it goes. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Madeline Neal. I didn't add you as a moderator here. Hold on. I'm over here just running my mouth. There we go. Now you have a jacket. DIY says, hi. Boss Butcher, Cercero. TK says, yeah. Bro, it's, finding interesting things to watch on YouTube, or finding ways to make your content interesting on YouTube. It's not as easy as it seems. Some people can just get on here and just start talking and talk about all kinds of different things, and it's very interesting. I could do that, but I don't think I'm great at that. So hopefully the lives that we do when we're out at like interesting places, whether it's hiking or going to Philippines, when we're out and about, I like that because it's just us doing the things that we do every day. Just sitting and talking sometimes is just, man. I could watch other people do it, but I wouldn't watch me do it. But right now, that's all we got because we don't have any action with these deliveries. I had a few today, but I wasn't live streaming when they came through. 12 million in the building, 7 likes. Thank you, guys. Yeah, if you're new, please make a comment. Let me know you're there and drop a like if you can. Subscribe would help too. Thank you. Where we at here? Boss Butcher says, believe high. And Iris high. TK says, with YouTube, you can't sleep on new ideas and content always have to evolve. Exactly. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm at a turning point here. I'm trying to monetize, and you really got to keep your watch hours up. I don't like just doing the silent lives. To me, they're like a means to an end. I'm trying to get to the point where I can apply for monetization, hopefully get approved. And then once that happens, the silent lives probably will decrease. I'm hoping to do more regular lives. So this is just me trying to do more regular lives. Part of what I do in my day. BIY says, I've got that link for the Calm and Clarity program that's free for U.S. veterans. What is that Calm and Clarity program? I haven't heard of that. I'm not a veteran, but I would be interested to check it out. My son's a veteran, so BIY, yeah, if you do have that link, drop that. Or guys, if you can, go to BIY's channel. Maybe he has it on his channel, the link there. But what is that, BIY? Yeah, TK, yeah, man. Just trying to, you just got to try to come up with ways to, make your channel interesting. And I don't want to just have a channel where, it's just, I'm just going through the motions. I want it to be interesting. And little by little, I'm working on it, guys. Says Ja, good morning. How are you? Good to see you. You want to see an interesting channel, go to Ja's channel. She does Tai Chi pretty much every day. But it's very interesting. She has workouts, and they're really fun to follow. About 30 minutes long. Great way to start your day. So check her out. And TK also has a very good channel. He does a lot of stuff in his immediate area where he lives. He's got a green thumb. He works a lot with plants, and he does walking trips. Check out his channel. Very interesting as well. Ma'am Leonila, thank you. Sis Eileen, good morning. How are you? Thank you for coming to the live, guys. 10 million in the building. Much appreciated. 8 likes. Let's see. Like done host. Thank you, sis. Probably only be on here for like another 15 minutes, guys. I kind of wanted to squeeze into a couple people's lives that I usually watch. So Once I see my other person pop up, I'll probably end it not too long after that. But thank you guys for coming in. This is just kind of like a little test run. I'm trying to hopefully get some orders while I'm on here, just so I can kind of see how it works, and you guys can let me know, if it's something you'd like to watch. But we got to get the orders first. But yeah, thank you, Sis Eileen. TK says thanks for the shout out. Of course, bro. Always. We got to support each other. We got small channels. The chance for us to actually get pushed out there into the big YouTube world is, it's small unless we help each other out. So of course, brother, always. DIY says, I mentioned during Icy's live. Short answer is it's a brainwave entertainment, a long established field. I've been going deep on it this past month. Well, drop the link, brother. Drop that link if you can, or let me know where we can go see it. I'll definitely like to check that out. Sounds kind of interesting. I don't know what's all involved with that, but if you're talking about it, I know it's got to be something interesting. TK says 9 likes on our end. Okay, well, hey, that's cool too. I'm only showing 8, but if you're telling me it's 9, I'll take 9 instead. Sis Eileen says, so handsome, Sir Cisco. Oh, thank you, sis. Oh my God, you're gonna make me blush. Thank you, sis. It's all the makeup. Every morning I put on a lot of makeup, and all the plastic surgery I had done. I looked terrible before. Now I only look half bad. But with a little bit of blush, a little bit of foundation, I'm looking better and better. But thank you, sis. Says Margie, hi, hello, shout out, sir. Like number 9. Oh, you were the 9th like. Of course it was, says Margie. Says BG edit. Oh yeah, you've been busy lately, says Margie. I know you've been very busy lately, but thank you for popping in. I appreciate it, and for the BG, thank you. TK says one love. Let's see here. I just got a text from my son. Wow, my son, he was in the Navy. He's no longer in the Navy, but he's been working out lately, and he says since he started working out, he's lost 78 pounds. Wow, holy moly! I'm gonna have to talk to him later about it because that's really awesome. Where we at here? Says Eileen, says Margie Shouty. DIY says they do verify veteran status as they have a foundation set up for this. What I can drop also is digital coffee, which is free for anyone. I'm not familiar with any of what you're saying. Digital coffee, what is that? Yeah, while you're like going like this with me, but drop it, bro. Sis Eileen, thank you. Mamily Nila. Golden Gate, play us up. What's going on, brother? Just relaxing right now. I'm doing food deliveries, and I'm just waiting on some orders to pop through. I haven't had one here in a while. It's pretty slow in this area where I'm at. It's not super fast. Even where my sister was at in Florida, she was getting orders pretty quickly. But I will say the amount of money that I get for these orders is much better than what she was getting. So there's good and bad. But yeah, it's just slow today. But I'm just chilling, bro. How you doing? Boss Butcher, thank you. Manila, thank you. Says Margie. Says Eileen says, just here listening while washing the dishes. Oh, thank you. Well, hopefully I can keep you company and keep you entertained while you're doing the dishes. I got a bunch of dishes at home. So check it out. Now that I'm retired, my wife is still working. So that means I'm the house husband. That means I told her, I said, since you're working and I'm retired, you know what? I'll knock out the dishes. And she was cool with that. She was happy with that. So a lot of the house cleaning stuff, I'm starting to pick up more of that. I'm not going to say all of it because she does some of it too still, but what I can do, I can do. So hopefully, I'm keeping you company while you're doing those dishes because I know every time I do dishes, my wife too, when she was doing dishes, we always have our device right there listening to something. Makes it much quicker, easier. TK says, yeah, on the host, it always shows one less. Oh, okay. Yeah, right now it's showing 9. 9 million in the building and 9 likes. Thank you, guys. Sis Marty says, you're on vacation till now, host. Well, yeah, I got back last Saturday, sis. We were in Florida for 12 days. We came back to California, back to LA, and then we drove down to San Diego to visit my mom and one of my brothers, one of my sisters, and then we drove all the way back here, where I'm at. So now I'm back home. Vacation all done. Yeah, we were in Florida. BIY says I'll drop both links, the calm and clarity link. Okay, yeah. So check these links out, guys, if you're interested. Said this is the digital coffee link. Yeah, check those links out, guys, if you're interested. It has to do with veterans, especially if you're a veteran. Check that out. I'll have to get on that after I get out of here, BIY. But thank you for that, bro. BIY says Margie and Dia, Aline Store Ninja. Hi. Says I can drop them in Icy's Discord too later. Okay, yeah. If you could do that, yeah, because I don't know how I'll be able to do it with the live on. I don't want to mess the live up, and I don't know if I'll be able to go back later. So yeah, if you could drop that in the Discord, bro, for sure, definitely. Margie says hello, believe in yourself. Says Ja, thank you. BIY says it's just me. It's just me. I wash dishes as I cook. That's actually what I was taught to do. My mom taught me clean as you go. That was her thing. Clean as you go. As you're making dinner, whatever meal, clean up as you go. As you have time, rinse your stuff off. Set it, in the sink. It just makes everything much easier. You don't have to go back later, because when I get done cooking, I usually eat right after that, and I don't feel like doing anything. So if I get as much done as I can while I'm cooking, yeah. So BIY, it sounds like we were both raised the same. And BIY says hi, Tai Chi Ja. Mom Leonila, thank you. Jeroy Vlog. Good day, host. Hey, how you doing, Jeroy Vlog? Hope I'm saying that right. Joroy Vlog. Sorry if I'm messing that up, but thanks for joining the live. Where are you from, Joroy Vlog? Taichi Ja says hello, BIY. Says Margie. Okay, yeah. Says so. We got back Saturday. I've been doing so much driving. I had to drive 3 hours to take my daughter home where she lived, and I drove 3 hours back. And then the next day I had to drive 5 hours to LA, or 3 hours to LA, and then the week before that we drove to Las Vegas, 5 hours both ways. Then we did all the driving. It was a lot of driving. I was tired of driving, but here I am back home again driving. So go figure. But for now I'm just chilling. Tai Chi just says good morning, Po Man Marjandaya. BIY says hello, Jeroy Vlog. We're at TK 11 likes. Like, subscribe. Thanks, friends. Thank you, TK. Thanks for shouting it out, brother. Let me see. BC Momsy, hello, good morning. Hi, host Thumbsock. Thank you for the Thumbsock. We got 11, what I'm showing here, 4 million in the building. DIY says hi. BC Momsy TV Ninja says thank you very much for visiting my live. Of course. Always gonna support. I have 2 additional devices now. So I have my main phone, I have my little burner phone, and I also have my iPad at home. So when I'm out and about, I'm going to take these 2 phones for when I'm doing my lives on my deliveries. And then at home, I've got the iPad, this extra phone, and my main phone, and that's going to be the ones that I do a lot of support on. So hopefully I'm going to, be able to do a lot more supporting. And like I said, we're all small channels. We got to look out for each other. So thank you, BC Momsy, as well. I see you. BIY links dropped in IC's Discord. Yeah, I saw it pop up on here, brother. So yeah, I'll check that out later for sure. Thank you. What do you got planned for today? It's about dinner time over there, isn't it? What do you got planned today other than hanging out with me? Miss Generous, wow, oh my gosh, Miss Generous is here, y'all. Aren't you supposed to be working? Miss Generous, that's my wife, everybody. If you don't know, who doesn't know that? Everybody knows that. Hi. Hopefully everything is going good at work. Sis Ja, thank you. Hopefully everybody's having a good day so far. Philippines, just waking up. just getting your day started. Thank you for popping in the live. I appreciate it. Miss Generous with the love hands. The love hands. She said, I'm on a break. All right, nice. Hopefully, you have had a good day and you're relaxing on your break. We went out to lunch earlier. Me, Mrs. Generous, and her son. Her son recently started working in the same place that she works, but in a different department. So we're all excited about that. We all had lunch and it was awesome. I got a delivery right in the middle of lunch. I had to leave and come back, but such is life. Let's see. Gracie Mom, like done, Yahoo. Good afternoon, Sir Cisco and everyone. Okay, I'm thinking that's Sis Gracie or Iris May because Mamily Nila doesn't get on and say all that stuff. So if that's you, Sis Gracie, good morning. Iris May, good morning. BIY says, hi, Gracie Mom. Gracie Mom, hello, Chris Brown. OMG, I don't know about Chris Brown. I'm old Timu Chris Brown is what you can call me. But thank you, sis. We're actually gonna go see Chris Brown. Chris Brown and Usher, they're having a concert. I think it's in September. Ms. Generous, it's in September still, right? We were gonna go. It was around her birthday, the day before her birthday. We were gonna go to that concert, but I guess it was already sold out. So we're going on a different day now. But we're gonna go see him, sis. We're gonna go see the real Chris Brown, not the Timu old version of Chris Brown. Who's this? Well, bro. I got a question. Well, bro, or sis. Shoot it. Let me know. Sis Eileen, thank you for hanging out. Miss Generous says hi, BIY. Sis Gracie's live. Timu version, Timu old version. The upgraded version is the one that's actually doing all the singing and dancing and making all the money. I'm just here making zero money, just sitting here. But I can't complain because I got 11 million people in the building. I got 13 likes. Life is good. I'm definitely not going to complain about that. Thank you guys so much for jumping on this live. And I want to say I've had, I'm working on trying to be monetized. I had a lot of people advising me to try it. And once I started doing it, I was just overwhelmed with all the help that I got. People jumping on and watching the videos, getting in the lives. Thank you guys so much. It really is overwhelming how many people have just jumped in and helped, and it just makes me, want to help even more people myself because we're, like I said, we're all small channels. We really got to stick together and, push each other as much as we can. So thank you guys, real quick for that. Where am I at? BIY says hi. Well, Elena Viktorovna. Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds Russian and it looks like Russian flag. Hello, shout out Russia. Welcome to the live. Ms. Jenner says R&B tour on September 18th. There you go, guys. Yeah, September 18th. We're gonna go check that out. Hopefully, it's a good show. Two very good entertainers, good artists. Looking forward to that one. So September 18th. All right, that's actually my stepdad's birthday. Sis Ja, thank you. DIY says Elena Viktorovna. I think that's how you say it. Hopefully that's how you say it. Sis Gracie, thank you. And Mamily Neela, thank you so much. Elena Viktorovna says hello and does the heart hands. Thank you. I'm assuming you are in Russia, so thank you for all the way across the world tuning in. And I'm just sitting here in Central California talking into a phone. But thank you. Please feel free to like and subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Sis Grace says, what time is it there right now? Still so bright day, sir. Yeah, sis, it is exactly 3 p.m. 3 p.m. So we are 15 hours behind the Philippines. So the way I calculate it in my head is I just basically add 3 to whatever time it is here, and then it's the opposite time of day. So for you guys, 3 hours, 3 o'clock plus 3 hours is 6, but it's not 6 in the evening, it's 6 in the morning. So that's how I remember it. Just add 3 and then make it the opposite time of day. So that's how I know what time it is in the Philippines all the time. And then I think Japan is 16 hours ahead of us. So I got to add 4 hours for Japan. TK, and I think TK is 9 hours ahead, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check. I believe it is. But he says later, brother. Hey, TK, thank you, bro, for popping in. Thank you so much. And guys, if you get a chance, please go check out TK's channel. He's an awesome guy. I mean, one of the just most genuine people on YouTube. You know, one of those people that what you see is what you get. And he has some great content, guys. So please support him. But thank you, TK. Thank you, brother. And he says, Gracie, he says midnight here. So it's 3. So you are, what is that? Yeah, that is. That's 9 hours. 9 hours ahead of us. Midnight. Woo. Hey, brother, get some sleep. Get some sleep. But I appreciate you, bro. Gracie Mom says, still 3 p.m. Yeah, 15 hours difference, right? So just, like I said, just add the 3 hours, and then I know what time it is in the Philippines. And for you guys have it different because the United States is a big country. The Philippines has 1 time zone. The United States has 4 separate time zones. So over here on the West Coast, it's 3 p.m. And then if you move over a few states, it's the Central Time Zone, and it's 4 p.m. If you move over a few more states, it's the Mountain Time Zone, and then it's the Central Time Zone. You add 2 hours to that, so it's 5 there. And then on the East Coast, it's the Eastern Time Zone, and it's 3 hours ahead of us. So you guys have it a little bit different. So for the East Coast, it's the same time as in the Philippines, just the opposite time of day. And then on the West Coast of the U.S., just subtract 3 hours from whatever time it is in the Philippines, and that's what time it is here, opposite time of day. Does that make sense? I probably explained it all crazy. Sorry, guys. TK says, see ya. Thanks, bro. Gracie Mom says, Natural Vibes TK, Yahoo. BIY says, Russia also has only 1 time zone. You know what? I think I've heard that before, and it's huge. I think it's way further across than the United States, but, and I want to say China as well. China only has the 1 time zone. It's a big country, so not everybody does it that way. I kind of like that we do have the different time zones, because it is kind of weird that sometimes it's broad daylight here, but then it's dark over there on the East Coast, and it just seems weird to say, oh, it's the same time. So that is one thing I will say. Our time zones make sense. The daylight savings time, you can make an argument against that making sense or not. I don't think it's necessary really anymore, but I don't run stuff, so I can't make it go away. But the time zones definitely make sense to me. But it is easier just having one. 8 million in the building, 14 likes. Thank you guys so much. 3:04 p.m. here. Sis Ja, thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed, guys, that I don't have any. I haven't gotten any orders yet. I was hoping at least. I've been on here, what now, 38 minutes. I was hoping at least to get one. But yeah, it's slow. Oh, and as I say that, here comes one. What do we got here? It's actually a good one. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. $5, but I've only got to go half a mile. Oh, it just went away. I guess I'm not going anywhere. I'm too slow. Yeah, sometimes if you don't click the accept button quick enough, somebody else takes it. Dang it. Okay, well, you live and you learn. I'll have to be quicker next time. Usually I'm a little bit quicker, but trying to talk on a live is slowing me down. I'm getting old. My brain doesn't pop anymore. But 7 million in the building, 14 likes. Thank you, guys. And, with these deliveries, $5 is usually like the minimum. So that one was $5.06. And it was only a half a mile drive. So that was actually a really good one in terms of how far I have to drive and how much money I'm getting. But it was only $5. So, while $5 is a lot of money, in some places it's not very much money here in the U.S. I would have taken that one only because the mileage was so low. But usually the $5 ones, it's kind of borderline. But I will catch the next one. Sis Ja says, I'm hanging out with the host. I'm going to work. Have a blessed day, hosting. And thank you, Sis Ja. Thank you. Have a good day at work. Hopefully everything goes by quickly and you have a good day. There's no problems. And thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Sis Ja is one of those people, like I said, check out her channel. Really great channel. She does Tai Chi, workouts that most everyone can do. Um, and they're really awesome workouts. So check them out. If you're looking to get in shape or if you're looking to improve your health, her channel will definitely help you. But thank you, sis. Thank you. One of the people that's really supported me a lot. I appreciate it. Golden Gate says, LOL, you better put that old school footwork to use. What? He said old school footwork. Why's it got to be old school footwork, though? Hey, man, you know what? $5 is $5. And that's why I said I would have taken it. I was just a little slow on the draw. Sometimes you get orders where it's exclusive and it's only coming to you and you can take your time. That one was not. So I didn't click it in time. And, but yeah, I would have taken it. $5 is $5. And it was only to go half a mile. So anything up to about 2.5 miles, I probably would have done it for the $5. And again, like I said, I'm very fortunate. I'm not doing this to make a living. I know people that are doing this, multiple apps. They're doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Spark, um, the regular Uber driving, giving people rides. They're doing all these different gig apps, and they're living on that. And it's hard, man. It's really hard because you're basically stuck at the whim of all the people who may or may not need food delivered to them or may or may not need rides. So it fluctuates, goes up and down. And now with gas prices going up, it's even harder. So guys, if you are somebody who depends on other people to deliver you stuff to you, um, please tip them well. I know tipping is not a thing everywhere, but if you have the means to tip people and somebody does a good job or somebody's doing a job that's not easy and they're really making it convenient for you, consider giving them a tip because it really does help. There's people out there that are living on that stuff, um, and they're working hard. So please show them some appreciation when you get a chance. This guy just learned how to drive his truck today. Sis Eileen, thank you so much. Tita Marie, hello. She says, hey Cisco. Hello, Tita Marie. Hello, how are you? Are you in Cebu still? I think you said you were going to be there for a couple weeks, and I believe that was last week. So you still should be in Cebu, I think. How are you doing? How's the weather there? Hopefully not too hot. I've been hearing it's very hot in Philippines. Sis Gracie, thank you. Mamalila, are you back home? Yes, I got back home Saturday. So we left Florida on Thursday. We drove from Orlando to LAX. We stayed in LA overnight, and then me and my daughter, my grandson, we drove down to San Diego, which is like another couple hours, and we visited my stepmom, one of my brothers, one of my sisters. They hadn't seen my grandson yet, so that was really good. We spent the night in San Diego, and then we drove to LA, and my daughter's boyfriend came, picked her up, and they drove back home, and then I drove the rest of the way here where I live. So Saturday made it back home, and it was so good to be home. I loved being able to travel. I love being able to see my family, but it's been a long few weeks, a lot of driving and a lot of traveling, but I'm very grateful to have gone and made it back home safely. But yeah, thank you, sis, for joining the live. BLY says, hi, Tita Marie. Sis Eileen, thank you. Hopefully your dishes are going well, going quickly. Oops, there we go. Tita Marie says, yep, still in Cebu. Too hot. Never coming back in the PH during the summer. I'm not climatized to this heat. I'm serious. I haven't been to the Philippines in the summer yet. We've only gone in January and February, which are like two of the best months to go for weather. It's drier and it's cooler. And this last trip, it was amazing weather. It really didn't get humid on any of the days, maybe one day, but it was super nice. But we have had other times where it's been humid even during January and February. So I can't even imagine right now what it's like, sis. Holy moly. Yeah, I'm not real good in the heat and humidity. I think once you're there long enough, you probably acclimatize to it a little easier. But just on vacation, oh, that'd be rough. I don't know if I could do it. But hopefully you're staying out of the extreme the extreme humidity. Hopefully it's not overwhelming you. But I still trade places with you. I still would rather be in Philippines or Cebu right now. Let's see. Paul Snowcloud. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the live. Tita Marie says, hello, country. BIY says, hi, Paul Snowcloud. Paul Snowcloud, where are you from? I think I've seen you in here before. Sis Gracie, thank you. Emily Anila. Sis Gracie, are you doing a live today? And what time are you going to be doing your live today? Because you are one of the people that I'm kind of factoring in on where I'm starting and ending my live. Dallas Cowboys for life. Oh man, how did you trick me into saying that? Shout out from Phoenix, Arizona. We are not Dallas Cowboy fans here. We are Raider fans here. But thank you for joining the live, and hopefully you stick around, and hopefully some of my Raider Nation rubs off on you. Some of the vibes rub off on you, and you change your life choices. Because Dallas Cowboys, wow, that's I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone. But welcome to the live. Paul Snowcloud, South Carolina. All right, man. North Carolina and South Carolina have been coming through. I don't know what's going on, but the algorithm's sending a lot of North Carolina and South Carolina people. So thank you, Paul Snow. My uncle lives in South Carolina. He lives in Greenville. Are you far from Greenville? Sis Margie says making breakfast. 7 p.m. start my live. Okay, 7 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. for me. So yours, wait, 7 p.m. That's late. Sis Margie, what time are you starting your live Philippines time? Because I'm getting confused. Ah, there's some fuzz flowing through here. Paul Snowcloud says, and it's hot as the devil's kitchen in July. I believe it. South Carolina is probably similar to Philippines in humidity and heat. I wouldn't doubt that they're that far apart. Yeah, it gets really humid out there too. Dallas Cowboy. I'm gonna say the rest. I got you to say Dallas Cowboy for life. You did. You got me. You got me because yeah, I told you my brain. I'm older. My brain's slowing down. You know I'm old if I'm a Raider fan because damn, we ain't had no success in a long time. There's no new Raider fans. But yeah, you did. You got me on that one. You got me on that one. Paul Snowcloud says I'm on the border by Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah, I got to get out there one of these days. I just came back from Florida. I was in Florida for a couple weeks visiting family, but yeah, I haven't been through North Carolina or South Carolina yet. That whole coast, I haven't. Other than Florida, I haven't been on the far east coast, and that's the very bottom state. So I would love to get out that way. Tita Marie says, "Do you do Uber Eats, Grubhub, or DoorDash?" I just do Uber Eats. I signed up for DoorDash, Grubhub, but they were full apparently, and I couldn't get on there. But Uber Eats had openings, so I just jumped on there, and here I am. So it's pretty cool though. Like I said, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it earlier, but the money that I make, I usually will take like 25% off the top just to set it aside for taxes at the end of the year and for gas money. The other 75% I put into a 529 account for my grandson. It's an education account. So he's only 8 months old. So hopefully by the time he gets to be college age, there's tens of thousands of dollars in there. I mean, hopefully more. And that's what I'm doing it for. Before I retired, I had a lot of people telling me, you got to have something to do that's going to occupy your time and give you purpose. I believe that you definitely have to find some kind of goal and purpose in life. It doesn't have to be work though, and I didn't want work to be my goal or my purpose because it never has been. Supporting my family has always been my goal. So even though this is technically a job, I do it when I feel like it, and whenever I want to do it, it's there. Whenever I want to not do it, I can just stop, and it just gives me a little bit of money that I can put in my grandson's account and gives me something to do. And here I am talking to you guys on live. So there you go. Paul Snowcloud says, "Where are you?" I'm in Central California, Paul. Says Gracie, says maybe later doing live 7 a.m. but you can still and keep your live, Sir Cisco. Says Gracie, you're too nice. You are way too nice. Thank you so much, sis. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on it for a super long time. I was hoping to get orders, but I got one that I didn't click it in time. But thank you, sis. So 7 a.m. So that's in about 45 minutes, I think. So yeah, because 4 p.m. here will be 7 a.m. there. Yeah, and I think that's what Sis Margie was saying too. Dallas Cowboys says you should be a Dallas Cowboys fan. That's never going to happen. Never, 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 never. I'll never be a Dallas Cowboys fan. I'll never be a 49er fan. I will never be a New England Patriots fan. Let's see who else is on the hate list. Those are the three main ones. Can't stand them. Sorry. But if it works for you, by all means, do what you got to do. Oh, says Amy, hello. She says, be right back, Cisco. You just got here. How are you going to be right back? Well, thank you, sis, for popping in. Just sitting here running my mouth, talking a bunch of nonsense. Let's see. Paul Snowcloud says, that's why I chase rich women. LOL teasing. Hey, if you can catch them, good luck. Hopefully, the chasing is good. Because right now, yeah, in the way things are going in this country, yeah, unless you latch onto somebody rich or you are rich yourself, it ain't easy. It's not easy. I'm far from rich, but I'm not hungry. I got a roof over my head, and my bills are paid, and I'm healthy, so I am grateful. But 7 million, 8 million in the building. 16 likes. Thank you, guys. You guys see how slow it is here. I've gotten one request for an order in 52 minutes. That's crazy. Imagine being somebody who's trying to make a living like this. It's nuts. It's really nuts, guys. Tita Marie says, I always tip 20 to 30% based on the full total. Only Uber Eats here. Salute to the delivery drivers. I'm known as their favorite auntie. That's right. Thank you, sis. Salamat on behalf of all of the delivery drivers. That is very generous. Not everybody's like that. And the interesting thing about Uber Eats as well, it's the only app that I'm aware of that allows people to take their tips back. They may have changed it recently because I've been noticing some differences on the app. But when I first got on, months and months ago, people used to be able to take their tips back. You could drop their food off and have done nothing wrong, and then they can go in there and say, oh, I don't want to tip you now. And they were allowed to do that, and that's sickening. It's sickening. I mean, if somebody does something wrong and they can tell Uber, hey, this person, threw my stuff on the ground and it was all messed up, I'm taking my tip back. You know what? It is what it is. But for me to do a good service, do a good job, and you still take my tip back, that's dirty. I've only had that happen 2 times, but it's really obnoxious and sick. So, again, guys, if you are able, to tip people and you feel that somebody's done a great job, they've gone above what you would normally expect, or even if they just did a good job, and it's the kind of job where they are really relying on tips, consider tipping them. I've been kind of back and forth on tipping my whole life. In one way, I feel like employers should just be paying their employees enough to where they don't need tips like they do in other countries. But I also understand that it's not that way right now. And until it becomes that way, some people are still going to be relying on those tips. It's a double-edged sword. But, if you can tip, please do. Dallas Cowboy says, how do you like Pete out of Las Vegas? So you're talking about Pete Carroll? Pete Carroll as a person is a great guy. As a coach, he's been a legendary coach. He just wasn't going to do anything with the Raiders. I knew that before they, leaned all into him. I don't know what that was all about, but, the Raiders are known for making stupid coaching choices. I mean, you can't just keep firing coach after coach after coach after coach and expect that you're ever going to be able to build a solid team. And that's what's been happening in the last, 20 plus years. We've had probably more coaches than any other team, and you just can't win doing that. So, It is what it is. Sis Grace says, "You're welcome, sir." Thank you, sis. Thank you, thank you. And Dallas Cowboys says, "Las Vegas." Yeah, Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, like I said, Pete Carroll, good guy, legendary coach. Just wasn't going to do nothing for us. I just didn't seem like a good match for me. And you know, the guy's he's just at an age where he should be retiring. Um, you know, nothing against older people working and you know, making a living and all that, but at the professional level of football, you have to have, your mind has to be like this. It's very difficult to get to that level and be successful, even as a, you know, even when you have the optimal conditions. It's very difficult. So to be as old as that guy was and come into an organization that hasn't had the best success lately, that's asking a lot of that man. So I don't blame Pete Carroll. You know, I blame the owners, but it is what it is. Like I said, Sis Eileen, thank you. How are those dishes going, sis? Hopefully you're all done. I hope you're all done. Dallas Cowboys says they need to get Jerry Jones out of Dallas. Well, if they get rid of Jerry Jones and they can get rid of, you know, a few other of these owners that have been there for so long and just kind of made the league stagnant, that'd probably be for the best. But you know what? Old money is very difficult to get rid of. And Jerry Jones is some old money. But he's another one that's, you know, made some weird decisions. I don't know. Let's say Farhang Qureshi. I can't even pronounce it. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say Far. How are you, Far? Good to see you. Where are you from, Far? Says Gracie, Mamilnila. Thank you. Yeah, Y says hi, Farhang Kurishi. That is a mouthful right there. If that's all one word, that's a mouthful. Maybe that's maybe that's multiple words, but it just looks like one word. But good luck on that spelling. Farhang Qureshi. God, I wish I could see how that's pronounced. But Far, how are you? Thank you for joining the live. We got 12 million in the building, 19 likes. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I know this isn't the most entertaining and lively live stream you've ever witnessed, but I do thank you for watching. I'm just waiting on these damn orders, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Somebody order some food. Do me a favor, if you got Uber Eats, wherever you are, go on Uber Eats and order some food right now. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll get the delivery. At least it's nice in this parking lot, though. I'm just chilling out in this little parking lot right here. Matter of fact, let me see here. I could probably show you guys a little bit about where I'm at. So, yeah, I'm just here right now. We got a couple of the local restaurants here. Got Jimmy John's, Wingstop, Jamba Juice, Angry Chicks. So this is one of the places that I hang out at. And you can see I'm kind of in the shade of these trees right here. Oh, and here's my Buddha from Hong Kong. We went to the Big Buddha on Lantau Island, and I bought this there at the base of that Big Buddha. It just hangs here from my rearview mirror, but it's awfully cool. But yeah, so that's where I'm at, guys. Just hanging out here. Boss Butcher or Boss Butcher's son, whoever that is. Thank you. Welcome to the live. Maybe that's Boss Butcher's son. I think the Matt Butcher Ninja account, I think somebody said was Boss Butcher's son. So thank you for popping in the live. 13 million in the building, 19 likes. Can we get to 20? Can we get to 20 likes, y'all? And we've been on almost an hour, guys. Almost an hour. So I think Sis Gracie and Sis Margie are gonna do their lives at 4 p.m. my time, 7 a.m. their time. So I might just hang around for a little while longer. I'm really hoping to get another order, guys. I don't know what the heck's going on. It usually get one at least every half hour or so, but yeah, it's been really slow. Sis Eileen, thank you. Yeah, it's just been really, really super slow. So far today, guys, I think I've had 3 or 4 deliveries, um, and I'm up to almost $33. So not bad, not too bad. Tita Marie says, I'm more of a hockey fan. As for Canadian football, I used to watch the Winnipeg Blue Bombers when younger. Have you heard of that team, Cisco? Yeah, I've heard of them. I never really watched a lot of Canadian League football. I've just caught it here and there. But it's entertaining. I mean, it's, the field's a little different set up. I know some of the rules are a little different, but it's entertaining. You had some, I know, American players that went up there and did pretty well. God, what the heck was his name? Tell you, I'm getting old. It's on the tip of my tongue. Quarterback. He kind of got brushed off for the NFL at first, so he went to the Canadian Football League. Did really well there. I think he won. I can't remember the name of the trophy, the Grey Cup or something like that. I think. Anyway, he ended up coming back and playing in NFL. My my dad was a coach in the NFL for many years. He was a defensive line coach, and he actually played with him. God, his name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. But yeah, Canadian football, it is interesting. I haven't watched it in a long time. Now, hockey, I haven't watched a lot of hockey lately either. I used to like hockey more when I was younger. I had a best friend who loved hockey. And when I lived in LA, the Kings that was our team. My godfather actually was very good friends with one of the referees at the Forum where the Kings used to play back in the day. So we would go to the game. I remember we went to one game and we walked down to the ice, and my godfather said, "Hey, Joe," or whatever the guy's name was, the referee. The referee comes skating up. And he goes, "Hey, this is my godson." And so the referee shakes my hand. He's like, "Hey, hold on." He goes over to where the one of the players, I don't know what they call the little dugout or whatever they call it, where they sit at. He grabbed a big old bucket, white bucket, full of frozen pucks, and he brought them over to us. And he says, "Here, take one." So I actually reached in and grabbed an official Kings game puck, and it surprised me how heavy and solid those things were. And I could imagine getting hit in the face with that or anywhere. It would be devastating. But I still have that somewhere. I gotta find it. I think it's in my storage somewhere. But yeah, I loved the Kings back in the day. Let me see. Mabuhay family vlog, long live, or so I guess this says Mabuhay brother Cisco. I don't know why this is translating automatically now. Mabuhay family vlog, hello. Atelea, good morning. How are you? Kuya Pogi, good morning. Believe in yourself from Mabuhay family vlog. Tita Marie says high school football is a big thing here. Oh yeah, yeah. It's pretty big here in California too. I know Texas is huge. In the South, all throughout the South is huge. Yeah, high school football. I haven't been to a high school football game since my son played. It's been so many years. Golden Gate says Warren Moon. I wasn't thinking of Warren Moon, but yeah, I think Warren Moon, he was up there. That's right. He was up there. I forgot about that. Yeah, he did really well up there too. God, what? Oh man, this guy, shorter guy. That was his problem. They said he was too short. Um, God, his name's on the tip of my tongue. It's gonna drive me crazy. It'll come in. Melinda Madano, good morning. How are you, sis? Good morning. Thank you for jumping in the live. Appreciate you. BIY says hello, Melinda Madano. BIY, I'm surprised you haven't. You have that wealth of knowledge. You haven't said who that quarterback is. You probably know who it is too. Sis Eileen, thank you so much. Hope you're still not washing dishes, sis. Holy moly. Sis Gracie Mamdanilla, thank you. Melinda Madonna says, Megalove, shout out everyone. The Marie says, I like the Montreal Canadiens. Or aren't they Le Habitants or something like that? I don't speak French, if you can tell. But I think Le Habitants, the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, I used to like the Edmonton Oilers, the Kings and Edmonton Oilers. And the reason why is because Wayne Gretzky. He started out with Edmonton, but then he ended up in LA. And yeah, we actually got to go, and they had a I think it was in was it Culver City? They had a where they used to practice, and we got to go to one of their practice sessions because again, my godfather knew people, and this is way back in the day. They had Gretzky, Steve Duchesne, Luke Robitaille. Um, there was quite a few really good players at that time that we got to meet. Let's see. Wuhai Family Vlog says we're heading to Panas Falls again for Jung's birthday. Oh man, it's his birthday. Oh man, we'll tell him happy birthday. Dang, that's man. I'm gonna fly out. I'm just gonna have to fly out and be there for Jung's birthday. And yeah, tell him happy birthday. You guys have a good time. Panas Falls. Where's Panas Falls? Panas Falls. I don't remember the name of the one we went to. But yeah, tell him happy birthday for me. DJ T Rain in Okinawa. What's up, man? I just hopped behind the delivery wheel too. Oh man, are you kidding? You're doing it too? What's this world coming to? What is this world coming to? Welcome, brother. Hey, stay safe. I'm just sitting here. I'm not even driving. I've been sitting here for like an hour. I've only gotten one request. Atilea says, "Come join us." I wish. It's Miss Generous. She won't let me go. It's her fault. Like 35 minutes away. Oh, okay, that's not far. I'll have to look that up. Panas Falls. You guys have some just amazing, beautiful places nearby. And I can say we've got a lot of amazing, beautiful places nearby here too. It's just that I want to go with Jen, and she's always working. So we only really can go on the weekends. But now that it's getting ready to be spring and summer, you're going to see a lot more good videos of us going to some really cool places. So stay tuned. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do so. Much appreciated. Sis Gracie, Memily Nila, thank you. Golden Gate says, "Did you say Doug Flutie?" That's his name. Man, I'm telling you, it was on the tip of my tongue, and I couldn't get it to materialize in my brain. Yeah, Doug Flutie, good quarterback, but yeah, he was just really undersized for the NFL. But he had a decent run. He had a decent career. Definitely a really smart guy, hard player. Yeah, Doug Flutie. Yeah, that was him. Tita Marie says, "You're right. Montreal Canadiens is Habitants or the Hops in short." There you go. Well, I didn't know the Hops, but now I do. So now if I'm talking to people that know hockey, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I watched the Hops game the other night." And they'll think I know what the hell I'm talking about. I haven't watched hockey in so long. I did like hockey though. It's very action packed, and it's suspenseful because it's just so fast, and it's like soccer. You're just waiting for a goal. You're just waiting for that goal, and it gets close. You're like, oh, so it's fun to watch. Football is probably my favorite sport to watch, and usually it's action packed, but soccer and hockey both have that thing where it's at any moment, that goal can happen, and it's fun to watch and seeing it in person too. You don't realize how big those guys are. They don't look. They have like a lot of equipment on that makes them look kind of like they're bulky, but when I say big, I mean tall. Hockey players are really tall guys, like 6'1", 6'2", 6'3" plus. Like they're all really tall guys. So yeah, it's interesting to see, guys like that just flying around, and some of those guys are just world class skaters. I've ice skated before, and I have respect for those guys because to do the things that they do, and it takes years and years and years of practice. They're awesome. Bro Kendall, hello, support. Thank you, brother. How's it going? You're up north of us on the west coast here. How's everything going, brother? But yeah, I would like to start watching hockey again. Now that I have time, now that I'm retired, I do want to start watching more sports. When I get the chance. I'm kind of in this position where I'm trying to figure out our internet provider also does our TV, and they're costing too much money. So I'm trying to think of maybe dropping them and maybe breaking up my internet and my TV services into different companies. Try to figure out if it might be a little bit cheaper because it's just a lot of money, and we honestly don't watch a lot of TV. I mean, other than sports, I really don't watch a lot of TV. Everything we watch is either, you know, YouTube or Netflix, stuff like that. Jen's a huge Netflix person. Sis Joy, hello. Tamsak host, mega love shout out. Thank you, sis. Good morning. How are you? Pronounce Habs. Oh, like labs. Okay, so I would have sounded so dumb. All right, so you got me. Thank you. Habs. Yeah, I was watching the Habs game the other night. It was amazing. Is that how you would say it? The Habs game. See, they would have known I was a poser if I would have said the Habs, because I think in French it's habitats if I'm not mistaken. But for purposes of shortening it, Habs. Sis Gracie, thank you. What time is it? It's 3:36. We got 11 million in the building. Wow, thank you guys. 24 likes, much appreciated. And if you just came in, please drop a like. Please subscribe if you would. We have a different from what we're doing right now. Normally, our channel is mostly traveling, adventure type stuff, and anything that we think is interesting. We'll do a live about it. What I'm doing today is something that I'm thinking of doing in the future, maybe more regularly, because I'm hoping to get monetized soon. And when I do, I want to do more regular lives. And I do this delivery driving normally maybe 4 or 5 times a week, and I'm usually out here for a long time. And so what I'd like to do is do lives during the time that I'm doing these deliveries. So I'm just kind of testing it out with this. It's going very slowly today on the deliveries, so it's not as interesting as I hope it will be once it does become busier. But apart from the live that you're seeing right now, we do have a very, I think, interesting channel. We have some cool stuff that we do, so please check it out if you just came in and you're new to the channel. But yeah, it's an hour and 12 minutes, one order. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's usually not this slow. Golden Gate says, I've been wrapped up into golf for at least the last 10 years. When I watch old school boxing like Hearns, I find it interesting. Those guys make it look so easy. Man. Okay, well, first with golf, when I was working, I would have, coworkers say, hey, come. My coworkers would say, come out and golf with us. I'm like, nah, man, I don't want to do it. And they thought it was because I didn't like golf. And it had nothing to do with that. It's because golf is one of those things that I know my personality. If I started doing it, I know I would like it and I would want to do it all the time. And golf is one of those things where, it does cost a little money. You can do it for relatively inexpensive, if you know where to go, but I just didn't want to take that hobby up. It's an expensive hobby, and I know how I am. But now that I'm retired, my son, he's trying to get me into it. So we've gone out to the driving range out here a couple times, and it's fun, man. It's exactly what I thought it would be. It's a lot of fun, and I'm thinking about starting to do that a little bit more as well. I just have a lot of different things going on, and so I'm still kind of like keeping that back a little bit until I'm ready to like kind of focus my energy on it, because again, I think I'm really gonna like doing it when I get a chance to start doing it regularly. But yeah, love golf so far. And boxing, man, don't even get me started on boxing. Yeah, I grew up during that era. Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns. That was definitely a golden era in my lifetime of boxing. Roberto Duran, Alexis Arguello. There was a lot of great fighters that came out of that time. And then you get into like the '90s. Get De La Hoyas, Trinidad, Fernando Vargas. A lot of those guys made it kind of entertaining. Floyd Mayweather. There's been a lot of great fighters, since those times. But as far as the feeling that you get, the excitement that you get, nothing beats, like, for me, in my lifetime, nothing beats those early 80s, mid 80s fighters. That was the most entertaining time. Atele says, so when does the shirt come off? Asking for a friend. Well, how much money? You can't even send me a super chat. Now, if you could send me a super chat, I would say the shirt would come off for $5 million, maybe. That's what it would take for me to take my shirt off on a YouTube live, because nobody would ever tune in ever again. So I better get all my money now. But thank you for thank you for considering asking that question, Atelea. Or is this Kuya Pogi? Kuya Pogi. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Kuya Pogi would probably rather see me with my shirt off than Atelea. So Kuya Pogi, good morning. How are you, my friend? Sis Joy, hello. How are you, sis? BIY says hi. Joy Salem. Tita Marie says, I support an Uber driver vlogger in Taiwan. Oh, they have that in Taiwan. I did not know that. I order and send him super chat and have him eat the food on live. Man, that's a freaking awesome idea. That is an awesome idea. There's a couple people that I watch, and they're here in the States. But that, you know what? I'm gonna have to look for that in another country. That's an awesome idea. I really like that. I do it here for the people in the U.S. too, but most of them, they're so busy, and they're working so hard. I couldn't get them to stop for that. But that's an awesome idea. I think I might try to do something like that. Now, Kuyapogi, that is something when I get monetized that I think you should do. You should go ahead and order food in my area. I'll go pick it up. I will sit down. I will eat that food, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. Anything that's on Uber Eats that you can order, I'll get it for you and I'll eat it. So that might be one of our our monetized lives that we do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Man, that's a good idea though, sis. You got my mind rolling now. We're gonna make something of that. Kuya Poogie says, good morning, my brother. The shirt will not be coming off. Sorry. Now, 25 years ago, the shirt would have been off. The shirt would have been off. Man, if they had YouTube lives 25 years ago, man, I could be doing my boxing. I was still fighting back then, so I could be doing my boxing routine. I was walking around about 185 pounds. Before I was fighting, or before a fight, I was lean, cut, had my six-pack still. Now I still have my six-pack, but it's covered with a layer of fat. So the way my abdomen works is you can't see the six-pack anymore, unfortunately. You can feel it. You can feel all the bumps and rolls. That's definitely muscle, I think, but I don't know. That's what I'm going to say anyway. This is Joy, thank you. Tita Marie says I tip him, of course. Of course. Yeah, that's awesome. And I know he appreciates that because, again, guys, if you have never done any kind of hospitality work, you can't even imagine how much it is appreciated when somebody tips you. Again, I'm not doing this for a living. I'm doing this just to have money to put in my grandson's account. But it feels awesome when you get that big tip. Even today, one of the orders I got a $14 tip. That's amazing. That's freaking awesome, man. I was so happy to have that. And I didn't do anything special. It was just somebody who was very generous, who, out of the kindness of the heart, just gave me a really good tip. So I wish I could have thanked them. I'm able to send a thank you through the app, but it just says thank you, and that's it. But I was really appreciative. So I'm sure that he appreciates that a lot. Kuya Pogi says, I'm sitting on my patch here in the Philippines looking at my pool with no shirt, just saying. Video or it didn't happen. Video or it didn't happen. Just saying. No video, didn't happen. I can't believe that that's true. I never will believe that that's true unless I see the video. Says Flora May. Thank you. Tita Marie says, my hubby has a keg now. That's what I always tell people. I got a keg. I've passed six packs. I'm well onto kegs now. I had a pony keg at one point. Now it's just straight up keg. That's all it is. Like I said, you can feel the bumps. You can feel them. They're there. I don't think it's food. I think it's muscle. I don't know. I'll ask Jen. Sis Margie, thank you, thank you. She says, I changes my Malaya. Changes my Malaya. What is that? Because you changes my Malaya. Your other channel, you changed it? Tita Marie says, I ordered steamed frog last time and he gobbled it up. It was funny. Steamed frog. Oof. I don't think they offer that anywhere around here. Not that I'm aware of. Would I eat that? I would eat that. I've had gator. Have I had frog? I don't think I've had frog before. I don't think I've had frog before. Snake, I don't think I've ever had snake before either. But I would eat it. If, again, for a live stream, whatever, I think anything that's considered food, for the most part, I think I would probably try it. I'm not going to say I like it, but I would probably try it. We were supposed to do the balut when we went to Philippines, and oh damn, Kuya Pogi just sent me a video. I'm not gonna look at it, y'all. I'm gonna fight the urge. I'm not gonna look at it. I don't know what's on that video. I can't look at it right now. But I bet if I have to guess, I would say it is a picture of him, or it's a video of him shirtless, probably doing the backstroke in his pool. Atelea's probably filming him. He's doing the backstroke in his pool. That's what I imagine. Or like going like a dolphin in his pool. Like literally jumping out of the water, diving back in, jumping out of the water, diving back in. Because he's getting in shape. That man, I think I want to say he's lost close to 30 pounds or a little over 30 pounds since he's been in the Philippines. So that man's getting svelte. Svelte. Look that word up. Svelte. Where we at here? Kuya Boy says, go watch. I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. Oh, you know what? Once I get my other phone set up on my YouTube, I'll be able to watch on my other phone. That's when I'll be able to do it. But I will watch it later. Better not be no, you know what. BIY says, Kuya Pogi. Hello. Kuya Pogi says, it will be on my only hams later. Only lechon. You start a new one. You can start a new one. Only lechon. Sis Gracie, thank you. Mama Leonila. Tita Marie says, if you're monetized, I want to see you eat something super spicy. I do like spicy to a point. I don't like eating hot spicy stuff just for the sake of eating hot spicy stuff. But I would do it. I would do that on live for sure. When we were in Florida, I'm sure you probably heard of Buc-ee's. They have Buc-ee's. I know Kuya Pogi knows about Buc-ee's. It's like a truck stop on steroids. This place is amazing. I was thinking about taking some video while we were there and uploading it, but it was just, we weren't there for a long time, and we were just so busy looking for food and stuff. But they have all kinds of stuff there. Anyway, one of the things that I got was beef jerky. It's the ghost pepper beef jerky. It's hot, so I'm okay with eating hot stuff. But like I said, I just don't like eating it for the sake of eating hot. I grew up on spicy food. My mom cooked Mexican food all the time. Sis Joy, thank you. Good morning. Sis Gracie, thank you. Kuya Pogi says he ate spicy chicken intestines when he was here with me in the Philippines. Well, that wasn't even really spicy though. That wasn't spicy. It was Esau. It was the chicken intestines. It was good. It was delicious, and they made it so good too. We were in Davao City in the Rojas Night Market, and the way that they had barbecued it, it had that nice crispy black char on the outside. So when you bit into it, it's like crunch. It was like a little crunch, but then it also had that little bit of chewiness. So it was good. It just tasted so good. You got to kind of put out of your mind what it is, because if you can't do that, you're not going to like it. But I grew up, when I was a kid, we'd eat all kinds of stuff. Ham hocks, just the pig's feet, the pickled pig's feet. My grandma would make menudo with the tripas in it. I remember her cleaning that right on the kitchen table. So that stuff, it doesn't really bother me that much, but it's got to taste good though, at least. Where we at here? Shit's about to go down. What car? I'll tell you what. It's a Honda. It's an Accord. It's a Honda Accord Sport. That's what it is. That's the car. I would give you a tour, but I'm not going to because my car's dirty. All right. This is Margie. Thank you. Thank you. Kuyapogi says he's in a drop top caddy, homie. Oh, why is it gotta be drop top caddy? Why is it gotta be drop top caddy? I wish I was in a drop top caddy. No, I'm just in a plain old Honda Accord Sport. Are you looking for me? Shit's about to go down. Do I owe you money? It says Kuya, what model is drop top? I don't know. Kuyapogi, what model is the drop top caddy? What would it be called back then? Juan John Carlos, what's up, brother? He says, oh, wait, hold on here. Shit's about to go down. Says, I got 2 caddies. Oh, well, again, pictures or it didn't happen. We got to see the pictures. Juan John Carlos, what's up, brother? Hey, he says, just BG for a while to help watch hours, getting ready for work. Cisco. Hey, thank you, bro. You just getting ready to go to work? You got some good hours, brother. I wish I had those hours. Or do you work real late in the evening? And I would love to hear more next time I'm on your live, Juan. I want to know more about what you do. I'm not gonna share that here because I try not to share too much people's information. Let them share that. But he has an interesting job from what he said. I would like to know more about that because I'm fascinated by that. Atele says Twinsy. Kuyapoi says Jen. Miss Jenner says Twinsy. Wait, did I miss her? Did I miss her? Was she in here before? Oh, hi again. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I missed you. So sorry. Don't beat me when you get home. Twinsy. Oh, my goodness. She says, hi, Kuya Pogi. It's translating automatically. It says, hi, brother Pogi. I know Jen did not say hi, brother Pogi. So it must be hi, Kuya Pogi. And I'm just catching the translation. Hold on a second here because I do want to change this to all messages because sometimes, and I forgot this, AJ has told me that you got to switch it to all comments or else it filters some comments out for some reason. YouTube's been doing some weird stuff, guys. I don't know what the reasoning is behind it, but I don't like it. Some of the stuff I don't like it. Have you guys noticed that sometimes some of the comments get filtered out and you'll miss comments. People will leave comments on even your videos and your shorts and you don't get notified. It's just really weird. I don't know why they're doing it that way. But in these lives, if you have it just on top comments, some people, for some reason, their comments just get filtered out for no apparent reason. Says Gracie, says Joy, thank you guys. Let's see, we are coming up on an hour and a half here. So I'm probably going to shut this down, guys, here in the next few minutes. Again, I was sitting here hoping to get some orders. It's not really happening. I missed one. But thank you, guys. We got 10 million in the building still, 27 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for everybody that's come through. Really appreciate the support. That's one thing, again, this short little journey I've been on for getting monetized has really showed me, how much people are willing to support just out of the kindness of their heart. The generosity of, everybody that I'm affiliated with on YouTube, all my friends, everyone that I follow, everyone that follows me, one big family, and I really appreciate it. And once I get monetized, that's one of the things I definitely want to do. That's my plan is, again, keeping in line with, supporting my family is why I work. YouTube is kind of a job I'm figuring out. And one of the things that I want to do is take a portion of that money, whatever tiny little money that I might get from YouTube. Some of that's going to go into my grandson's account. And then I'm going to take another portion, and that's going to go into like a little fund where, I want to be able to give back to people on YouTube. So that's my goal. I'm very fortunate. Again, I'm not relying on, this gig work I'm doing. Um, I did a career for 29 years. I got a good retirement. Very fortunate. And again, getting monetized on YouTube for me, it's just a goal. Um, and I just want it to be meaningful for um, other people, not just myself. So yeah, my grandson will get a portion of that money. It'll go into his account, and then a portion will go into a fund for just helping people out on YouTube. How that works exactly, I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out. So thank you guys. Definitely appreciate you guys. Grateful for all of your help, sharing your generous time with us on the silent lives. Um, coming through on these lives. It's, man, just tremendous helpful, and really appreciate you guys. And I'm missing a bunch of comments. Sorry. Ms. Jenner says, I had to hop off real quick because I had to tend to office matters. Let me just say work is overrated. I hear the hell out of that. Says Gracie, thank you. Ms. Jenner says, must be nice for some of you retired folk. Well, look at it this way. You're young. You're just a young woman, in the prime of your working life. I'm an old, crusty man who's well past my prime of work. So I'm not working no more. That's how I look at it. Sis Margie says, change, support, start my live. Okay, you getting ready to start, sis? I'm about to log off here. Guys, if you can, please support each other. Sis Margie's getting ready to start live. Margie TV, she's getting ready to start her live. And sis Gracie and Mom, they're getting ready to start their live, I'm sure, here pretty soon. So check them out, support them, and everyone else on here. Mabuhay Family Vlog, please support them. Amazing couple, amazing channel. Tita Marie says, great plan after you get monetized. Cisco, thank you, sis. Tita Marie's another person you guys got to watch her. Awesome lady. Just one of those people that you could just sit there and listen to. Very smart lady and charismatic. And one of the people that, I study and I look at, there's multiple people I look across YouTube that I like how they come across on their lives, and I'm working on getting better on my lives. So Tita Marie, definitely one of those people. So check her channel out, guys. But thank you. We have 13 million in the building, 28 likes, way more than I expected when I started this live. I'm just sorry that I wasn't able to make it more interesting with doing some of the delivery work, but there's going to be more of these type of lives coming up for sure. But thank you guys. I'm going to shut it down now. Thanks y'all for coming through. Let's see. Mabuhay Family Vlog says NG. Oh, there's Sis Ogong. Thank you, Sis Ogong. Another person who has a great channel. NG. Who's G? I don't know. I can't see who that is. Tita Marie says, I'm saving all my super chats for free Gcash giveaways. Yeah, something like that would be awesome. Yeah, next time I catch you on a live, we'll talk. We'll chat a little bit more, because yeah, I like bouncing ideas, off other people, because I definitely want this channel to be something that is helpful to people, because I get a lot of support, and I just want to be able to get that back, guys. But Sis Ogan, good morning, thank you. Atele says, Kuya Cisco. Tita Marie says, thanks for the shout out. Excuse me, guys. Of course, Sis Marie, thank you. Sis Ogan, thank you. And Sis Margie, thank you. But I'm going to shut it off, guys. Appreciate you all. Please hook up, subscribe to each other, and support. That's what we do. That's what we all do. So thank you, guys. I appreciate it. See you next time. I'll see you guys in your own lives. Peace.